If you've ever looked at your life and barely recognized yourself, if you've lost your dreams, lost people, lost yourself, and you're trying to piece it all back together quietly, painfully, hopefully, then know that I see you, and this video is for you. Grief is more than loss. Grief is strange. It's not always about losing a person. Sometimes it's losing who you used to be. And I've had to grieve the version of me who kept pushing through pain, who didn't know how to say no, and who gave everything until there was nothing left. And at the same time, I've had to grieve the life that I thought that I had, that I would have, like the love that I thought was safe, the version of motherhood I imagined. So, and it's so hard because grief doesn't come with a timeline. It shows up in waves, like on quiet nights, on random Tuesdays, in the middle of a laugh. But what I've learned is this, like grief is a part of becoming. It actually clears space. It asks you to feel. It demands that you slow down and look at yourself. Not with shame, but with tenderness, with compassion. Healing and growth can exist together. One of the biggest shifts for me has been realizing that grief and growth can coexist at the same time, and you don't have to be over it in order to start again. No, you don't have to be healed to begin rebuilding. There are days where I feel powerful, like I'm walking in my purpose, and other days I still cry in the shower, but I try not to judge myself. I don't do that anymore for that, because healing is not a straight line. It's messy and it's human, and this is my healing. Growth looks like saying no without guilt, like resting without explaining, crying without apologizing, and choosing peace even when chaos is familiar. And that's how I'm growing. Not by forcing a new version of me, but by gently returning to the truth of who I have always been. I want to talk about motherhood during all of this, because it's been beautiful, painful, stretching, sacred, wonderful. And there are moments that I've looked at my son and wondered, am I doing enough? Am I enough? Especially when I am still healing myself. But here is what has been powerful to realize, that every time that I choose to show up for myself, like every time I pause, every time I breathe, every time I speak gently to my inner voice, I am showing him what love looks like, what strength looks like, what truth looks like. And I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be present and kind and honest and loving. Motherhood is not about martyrdom. It's about modeling what self-worth and resilience look like. And I am learning that more every day. So what is helping me start over? Because starting over is not just about moving on. It's about rebuilding from the inside out. And these are the things that truly are helping me, like mindset work. Because I say my affirmations, they don't magically fix everything, no, but they remind me of who I am and who I am becoming. I go to therapy and I journal. Sometimes the page is the only safe place to unravel. And other times it's where I put my power back together, like writing the words. Dance and movement saved me. It brought me back into my body, back into rhythm. It reminded me that I'm not just surviving, I am creating again. Self-love Not bubble baths, but I mean real self-love, like resting, saying no, setting boundaries, forgiving myself. That kind of self-love. And also purpose, like this channel, my business, my dreams. They remind me that I am not just healing for the past. I am building something for the future. I am becoming her. You know what's wild? The woman I am becoming, she feels like home. Not because she's perfect, no, but because she's honest. She's honest. She speaks up. She protects her peace. She doesn't beg to be chosen. She chooses herself. She dances even when no one is watching. She dreams big, not because she is fearless, no, but because she knows she's worthy. And that's who I am becoming. And maybe you are too. So if you're watching this and you're in the middle of the mess, you are not behind. You are in it. You are becoming. And you are doing it beautifully. If this video made you feel seen, if you are somewhere in the middle of grief, growth, or starting over, I hope that you know that you are not alone. So drop a comment and tell me where you are in your journey. Let's create a space for healing, for becoming, for truth, and to support each other. And if you haven't already subscribed, this space is for softness, for strength, and for real transformation. Thank you so much for being here. I am so proud of us. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.